Our most respectful Vice Chancellor, who is our special guest, and very distinguished persons who, in one way or other, my colleagues, and very distinguished persons who are sitting in the audience. First, I say that welcome to Kochi. Those who are not from Kochi, I will say a little bit things about Cochin. I don't belong to Kochi, but I have some professional and personal attachment to this particular city because years back I was the police commissioner here for long 4 years. Then when I became the DG of the state, then there was a little bit of partial inclination towards this city. This city is very unique because I do not think there is a city in India which has got 27% of its area is water. And we have all kind of water. We have sea, we have backwaters, we have canals, we have rivers, we have big lakes, everything put together. And I'm very happy that all of you are going to see some of the water bodies here during this summit in the evening today. And this, therefore, looks very beautiful. Water is always beautiful. And this is a very old city. The lake, which we call the Wembanad Lake, which is the one of the biggest backwater body in the whole country, was not there before 1341. It was created by the nature in 1341 because of a small tsunami and the flood in Periyar River. And the entire thing changed. The ancient port of Kodungalur got washed away. And Cochin port came. And therefore, I consider this is a very interesting place to think about the transport. Recently, when the Honorable Prime Minister inaugurated the water metro on April 25th, he released a book. The book was actually done by us with the help of some researchers. It is called 1G to Metro. This will be now on the bookshelf, maybe another 15 days' time. And this actually, when it was being written, I realized that how much of degradation we did to the beautiful nature by bringing all kind of transport. But that is only the flip side. We have no other go but to actually develop the transport. But how mindlessly we have gone ahead to just give the mobility and the fastness has done a lot of damage to the nature. Therefore, you are now today talking about sustainable transport. Some 500 years back, the people of Kochi were also traveling nicely with the water bodies, without much pollution, without much degradation. But today, we can't say that. Now, what we are leaving for our children or grandchildren, that is the concern every one of us is having. So, the terminology like sustainable transport, resilience, and all these things came. And when something is inevitable, you have to find out what is the solution. So, therefore, the best of the minds in different fields, directly or indirectly connected to this sustainable mobility or sustainable transport are here. And these particular discussions or panel discussions, etc., which have been already lined up by Dr. Gupta and his team, we have been actually very careful in selecting the subjects, so there should be takeaways. And every one of us should be a gainer. So whether he is in the IT, or he is a transport planner, or he is a civil engineer, or he is a rolling stock expert, everybody should take something. Normally what happens in many of the conferences over the period of time I have attended, I don't know how many, thousands. But some of the conferences or meetings or summits, whatever you call, actually have an indelible impression in your mind. How it happens. One is the content, another second is the interaction. Kindly interact, be very lively. Last time when this conference was done here, there was a lot of arguments. I really enjoyed that. I always say negation is the best form of evolution. When you negate a particular proposition, then something comes out. Everything is yes, nothing comes out. In that particular spirit, you have to necessarily take this summit in this beautiful place called Kochi. Well, I would actually welcome all of you personally and on behalf of my organization. In fact, I am actually the managing director of two companies. One is actually the KMRL, the Metro Rail. I am also the managing director of the Water Metro also. That is another company. That is called KWML. When actually these coming from law enforcement, security, intelligence and other things over the period of time for more than 36 years, I never left my inclination, my love for technology. Mathur Saab is here. He will bear me out. We were doing a lot of things which are nothing to do with the police or something in Delhi. When we were doing about the ticketing of railways and how the Oracle came, another thing, he is the person, he is here. You are going to listen to him also. So what I thought is good about such discussions are two things. One, you meet some people. I met Madam. It is a privilege. She is the chief architect of Haryana Railways. We have a lot of things to learn. We met Mr. Santanu. He is the man making the rolling stock for the whole country, as far as metro is concerned. This kind of thing, people have got so much of knowledge and experience, it is better that we call out things from them. And more so, I selected around 50 young people, young engineers and executives from my organization to attend this, because they are going to take this forward. We are only going to guide, but they are really, really good, trust me. I have seen that in law enforcement. I have seen in other parts of the country as well as the world. Youngsters have a different perception that makes them very valuable. If I say that a half glass is full, there is also another side called half glass is empty. So we have to take both the things. Therefore, I am saying that if very, very openly, there is no question of political or other things here. It is totally academic and intellectual. Talk about certain things which are really, really good. Now coming to my some favorite things, I also told in a lighter way last time, and I told in recently, I actually had the privilege of actually speaking in the House of Lords. I told only one thing. You are talking about resilience, sustainable. If a common person, can he travel in one instrument? He has a wand, and he just puts the wand, he gets into my metro. He puts the wand, he goes to my water metro. Puts this auto rickshaw. Can we do that? If that be the case, the first thing is that the ease of travel becomes very important. It has actually a link to various things, including the traffic jam, to the safety on the roads, etc., etc. So how do we do it? When long years back, when this QR code was not there, when I was used to travel to London, I used to buy a day pass, paying £5. That day pass is a passport to travel in any public mode of transport. That was the ease which was there. So when I actually took over the metro, I asked my engineers whether we have something like that. We don't have. And now we are actually going actually better than what I experienced years back. We did it in a modest way because Kochi, as I told you, has got all modes of transport, including the water. Some of the cities are not having that privilege of having the water transport. So in that situation, how do we actually make an instrument to travel in any mode of transport? And to some extent, we have been successful here. But we have to go little more, because now the challenge is this: can we make that instrument virtual? I don't carry my wallet. I have never gone to the bank for the last 35 years. But I survive thanks to the technology. Can we take the technology to the next level by saying that I have the instrument residing in my mobile phone? So that particular instrument is able to do like a sim khulja for everything. So can we make the NCMC card virtual? These are the challenges for various people like us to think about. About sustainability, you will be talking about bicycling, walking, and accessibility to the transport systems, and affordable. All kind of things are there in that particular field of, that domain called the sustainable. Those things you are better poised than I to talk about. What I say is that there is a saying that if you start many things, you can't complete one thing correct, to the satisfaction of everybody. Similarly, if we actually focus on one or two aspects and try to do something, it is possible. Now, there is a presentation from the ONDC. I would request the House to understand that. As I say, that ONDC is not a platform. It is a solution. So the ONDC we have now, they are going to launch system with us. So it becomes platform neutral for payment. which I don't want to speak on that because somebody else is there to speak. So these kind of things will be the best takeaway from this type of conferences. Now suppose you talk architecture. We have Gothic architecture to Greek architecture to Islamic architecture. There are so many schools of architecture. But today, whether that particular profligacy or that kind of time is available. Now a person wants to build a house in 3 months' time and move in. You have a problem of actually the aggregates, etc., to be supplied. The sand is less, the concrete is less. People build pre-engineered houses in 2 months' time. Why not we actually think in terms of that in public transport? Any delay in any infrastructure development is costly. Why not we do it in a time-bound manner? Why the overrun takes place? When I was actually 1 week back, I was in China. 65 lakh square feet of Shanghai's hub, they call it hub, was built in 24 months. And I tell you, it is better than any airport we have built. It's not an airport. It has the airport accessibility just next door. It has all the type of trains in various levels, low speed, medium speed, high speed. And it has also got the metro. And the property development, the commercial area is so large. You have to just see to believe. Is it not possible for us? If we build it in 5 years, then there will be 4 revisions of the cost. So you are the persons to decide how to go about it. That sustainability is also dovetailed to these aspects also. So I don't want to actually bore you on this, and we will be expecting a live and heated argument, discussions, which will be the takeaway. As far as the organizers are concerned, I know Dr. Gupta for the last, I know him from 1994 onwards when I was in Delhi. I used to go and he used to bring out a magazine called eGov. I was very fond of that particular magazine because it used to give various sets of that time. So every year he used to arrange a seminar like this in Delhi, and I was a constant speaker there on cyber security and all. Now when he actually told me that we will get into the transport sector also, which is really challenging these days, I said, well, go ahead, because they are very professionals in organizing. So I said, okay, you do that. And last year they did, and this year also they did, and you are all here. I leave the floor to the better people who are here to talk about, and I am going to be a learner to do it something for the company in which I am working. And once again, I welcome you. If there is any deficiency in relation to your comforts, my apologies for that. And our team is here. In the event of anything, you can always approach them, and whatever best we can do, we will do. This state is very unique, not only in the terms of the human resource index or something. Every factor here is just equal to an European country. And so sometimes it actually surprises me that how it happened. It happened because of the people. You put an app, you make an app, it is immediately taken over by the millions of people. People love here the technology. So they would expect better technology to come in the transport sector to make their life easy. And you are going to contribute to that. If you contribute to this state, it goes all over the country. We are not saying that one state should develop, the other state should not. No. It is pan-India. Therefore, people from various parts of the country are here. And I wish all the best to the speakers. And I also request all of you to be very proactive during the discussion. Thank you very much.